Hey everyone, welcome back. Sorry, I didn't get my microphone ready.
Welcome, guys. How are you doing today?
And if you're new here, we want to introduce ourselves.
I'm Shirak.
And I'm Ezu. And today we are going to do something totally different, which I haven't done before.
I don't think any other channel has done this too, so we'll be numero uno.
If they didn't, they probably didn't do it or going to do it the way we're doing it. But anyhow, it should be very interesting and very different. We're going to take the Chris Watts case and we're going to ask AI, specifically I ask, is it AI? And I'll get into that, why I chose that one. But before we do all that stuff,
This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research and always be kind to others, friends, family, and neighbors
everybody,
and
just be
enemies.
good. Keep things, we like the positivity, and we're going to keep staying positive. We're not going to bring anything down.
We are not going to negative.
Not going to entertain it. We don't mind constructive criticism, but if you're snarky while doing it, well, that doesn't really help us. So,
Michelle Obama, she said, "You go low, we go high."
Whoops. Yeah, exactly. And I keep bumping in my microphone. I apologize. She keeps me always saying, well, "Stop bumping your microphone." I'm Italian, half Italian, so I talk a lot with my hands. Anyhow, here we go. So today we're going to ask this. I asked this AI tool, what will it say about them? Meaning Chris Watts and NK and some others. So I only prepared. Okay, I prepared 8 questions, but I didn't get a chance to actually ask this AI tool because I want to wait for the show. I did do one test case question, and I tried ChatGPT and some of these other ones. And the reason why I didn't really go with ChatGPT and I forgot the other couple, I tried like 4 or 5, is because they gave all like canned answers. Like I say, do you think Chris Watts isn't,
Let's let them see it. Let's see how.
well, I'm just giving an example. Like if I said, do you think Chris Watts was the only one involved, or, the other ones would say, well, based on the information, the outcome of the court. It was just very like Wikipedia type. I didn't want that. I wanted something that was a little bit more like, I don't know, more thoughtful or something. So anyhow, to your point, let's get going. So we're gonna go to this. I hope you guys. It's be probably hard to see on your screen. But actually, maybe what I'll do is, I know I'm going to do this, but why don't we go completely display screen? And that doesn't look that great either. But I'll start like this, but I'll do the split screen again. All right. What I'm going to do is the first one is, let's start off with one I haven't asked yet. And I'll read it to you as I paste it in here. Did Chris Watts plan out the murder? Let's start with that. All right. Ooh, let's see. It came up with stuff. Okay, let me do the display thing here again. It says, yes, Chris Watts planned out the murder of his wife and children. And it says, I want to summarize this because if we read all this, we'll be here all day. But basically, the background of the case, it says details of planning. And the letters exchanged with Cheryl Cato. Watts revealed that he had tried, I'm not going to say this words. You guys can read it for yourself. But anyhow, conclusion, Chris Watts not only planned out, but also executed the murders of his wife and children after weeks of premeditation. His chilling accounts of the events leading up to killings reveal disturbing level of calculation and detachment from gravity of his actions.
Wow.
That's pretty good. That's why I picked this one, because it's a little bit more like, I don't know, it pulled out more interesting results than like the basic, boring, what you get out of like Siri or something like that. All right, so that was the first one. A cat's visiting us again. Don't.
Second one.
Second one. I know. For those who probably have been in some other episodes, we have a black cat. She does not meow. She meows once every like 6 months to a year, but she likes to come visit us while we're doing our show. All right, the next question. Do you think Chris Watts was the only person involved in his family's murders? So let's see what it says. Let's see. Oh, this is, let's see. Chris Watts, 30-year Colorado sentenced to 5 years. Okay, this is just the background. The Watts case is someone unique in family It didn't really give a good answer on this one. Uh, hmm. That one was kind of boring. It just basically talks about, him and what he did. It doesn't really give any kind of good information. Okay. Well, that was a flop. Sorry, guys. I didn't want to do all these ahead of time because that's not fair. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be a real live action, but that maybe I'll reword this later and see if it says anything more specific. I'm trying to get it to really give an answer, not just the boring like backgrounds of the case. All right. How about this one? Sorry, Shirok and everybody. This is the first time I'm doing this, so
Yeah,
you're
because
seeing
we're
it here
doing some
live.
stuff
We're doing this
spontaneous.
on without a safety net. So it's
Yes.
either big stinker or it's a flower. Okay. Do you think Nicole Kessinger was involved in the Watts murder? Ooh, that's a good one, right?
What do you think is going to say?
Based on the available information from authoritative sources, it is plausible to consider
Ooh,
Nicole Kessinger as a suspect
suspect.
in the Chris Watts case due to several
So,
inconsistencies,
mhm.
suspicious activities
Suspicious.
surrounding the affair, and her possible
Possible
involvement in
involvement
the
in
murders.
murders.
Here are some reasons that support his
Wow.
theory. Now this is the stuff I was looking for. Things like this,
Lack of
okay?
alibi. Yep.
So this one I didn't. I'm glad this came out. That redeemed me from the last question because
This is pretty
like I said, I
good.
haven't done this. Okay, so these are the theories to support it: lack of an alibi, early knowledge of Shanann's pregnancy, Google searches,
Searches, phone records,
phone records. Yeah, she contacted Chris the morning day of the murders.
attempt to destroy evidence.
Presence near the crime scene. A neighbor reported seeing a truck similar to Nicole. Yeah, that one was. I don't know if that's really true though, because the truck that she had supposedly and the one that they said was different. But that's okay. This is
Attempt
just
to
the theories.
destroy evidence.
Evidence. Yep. She told Chris and she told her friends to delete. She deleted
Evidence.
stuff. She told her friends to do it. She told Chris to do it. Motive for insurance fraud. What's this? Okay, let's read this one. This is as a safety officer at Anadarko Petroleum, where Chris worked. Nicole had access to valuable information about potential insurance fraud schemes involving explosions at the site, which could have destroyed
Bodies.
FISA evidence, raising suspicions about her possible role in planning such an event for Chris for the
Wow.
benefit. Wow, that's new.
Did y'all know that?
I didn't know that. Huh? Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Interesting.
Avoidance of victims' names. Ah,
Yeah.
interesting. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wouldn't remember in the interview, she
Mhm.
would just say that woman or whatever. I think when he said, can you say her name? And there's one time she said Shanann and she used her hands. Like, this is weird. Possible connection to Oxy. What is this? This is new.
What?
What?
Try first.
Chris claimed he tried first to subdue Shanann with Oxycontin, but couldn't explain how to obtain it since it had been prescribed to him. This remains an unanswered question that may be connected to Nicole or someone else in the
involved in the case.
Wow, that's new too. Holy.
Oh my goodness. I don't even is this actually facts here?
I don't know. Allegedly, do your own research. This is just an AI
Yeah, please do
robot.
your own research.
Security
It's not
footage.
hourly information.
There's a lot of reports of possible security footage about showing Nicole at the Watts home. That, if true, this would be significant. Okay, so this is saying that security footage. Some people say he saw her there. Now, the one with the shoes, I've kind of disproven that, even though people say, "Oh yeah, it's UGG boots and all that stuff." We did a show on that a long time ago. It's Chris.
don't think it's
He
her.
just changed from sneakers or wherever he had on his
To the
feet
boots,
to
yeah.
boots. I mean, there's no breast. If you're walking with your elbow, like as you're walking, your elbow, it's gonna look like it.
Yeah, we talked about that one
It's
before.
too low for. She would have to be like a 70-year-old woman, and it's not in the right place. I can go on about that.
Yeah, we had a conversation about that.
All right, so that was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
All right, the next one I have, let me get it. Copy and
See what
paste
this
here.
next
Try to
one
save some
is.
time. As I put, did Chris Watts have help at Survey 319?
Ooh, what do you think, guys?
All right.
Did not have help.
Holy crap. Does this look familiar?
That's
Holy
Asha.
Oh my goodness. I like
That's
I like
us.
thought I messed up for a second. Okay, so folks, if you don't really know, you haven't been to our show for that long.
This is awesome.
This is our old logo when we first started.
Yes.
This is it
It's
just show. This is really cool. I know this is like an advertisement. This is perfect. See how our show is involved. We're just a new show. This little picture is a thumbnail to one of our shows.
one of our
It
shows.
actually got a lot of. I think it's like 26,000, and then we were on Zawoki show, and that got another. I don't know, 16,000. I
This is
forgot how many
awesome.
thousand there, but it actually shows up as one of the items. That is really wild. That is cool. I couldn't plan that.
I know. This is not planned either. Yeah.
And by the way, I'm going to be
Shocking.
doing another update on that whole survey 319. You only had 30 minutes at the site. It's, most likely you probably pre-dug the hole, but anyhow, that's going to be another update. I'm going to do an update on this one.
So this one says did not have help.
No, yeah.
It
says he didn't have help
into the murder of his wife.
That's okay. That would have been kind of a little bit of a flop, but since it shows our picture here, I'm pretty psyched. That is freaking great.
Awesome.
Of all the shows, this thing picks our thing. That is, I'd even plan that. That is cool.
That is awesome.
That's why I went, huh? I thought I did something wrong there for a second. All right, the next one. Who is Nicole Kessinger's friend, Jim? Because remember, some people say, "Who is this guy?"
Who is Jim?
Who's Jim?
People already probably know this one. He's a friend of Nicole.
Oh, see, this is probably another show. See, we gotta check this one out. And now I'm seeing that they're showing little pictures to other shows or some other thing. Was Jim alone at the sand dunes? I don't know what that means, but yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is.
Jim is a friend of Nicole Kessinger who has been mentioned in various discussions and interactions related to Chris Watts' case. There are references that Jim was associated with geology, having a humorous personality, and potentially having a connection to Kessinger that goes beyond just friendships. You think? She flirts with everybody, seemingly, allegedly. Some comments suggest that Jim may have been involved in plans or activities related to the case, but the exact nature of the relationship remains unclear.
Yeah.
All right. That's cool. That's a little something, something. We got 3 more to go before we may just create some new ones here. Okay. This one, I don't know if it's repetitive. I don't know what I was doing when I was doing these questions. What are the chances Nicole Kessinger knew Chris was going to murder his family? Okay. No. There's no concrete evidence or indication that Nicole Kessinger and the mistress Chris Watts knew in advance.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's debatable, people say all the time.
I know. Okay, so this is going more about the reports. Kessinger's involvement with Chris Watts undoubtedly raised suspicions that led to public scrutiny, but there's no verifiable information to support the claim.
Right.
So all they're saying is basically, no, there's no concrete indication, but wink, wink, there could be.
We don't know.
All right, let's do the next one here.
The unknown.
All right, here we go. What's the chances Chris Watts will successfully appeal his case? I'll repeat that because I said that kind of weird. What are the chances? It says changes. It says chances. That's why I screwed up. Chris Watts will successfully appeal his case. Let's see what it comes back with. The chances of Chris Watts successfully appealing his case is pretty unlikely. Okay. Potential avenues for appeal, such as claiming illegal substance or ineffective assistance of counsel. These are considered long shots in legal terms. Additionally, given the nature of his crimes, the evidence presented during the trial, is improbable that appeal would result in a favorable outcome of Watts. The 3 authoritative sources used in answering this question: People, Oxygen. Okay, that's not. That was a list. So basically, unless he has a saying it was, something to do with, drugs made it do it or somebody else, the likelihood of this happening is very unlikely, which is true, especially because the DA has to.
He said he did it, so.
Okay. So this is different. It's related but different. Oh, I said changes. What the heck? It's a copy and paste error. Sorry, guys. What are the chances of the Watts case being reopened? So this is like okay, they got enough information on Nicole Kessinger, they're going to reopen the case. That's like the big one going on right now. But and it says the chances of the Watts case being reopened are uncertain
Uncertain.
and depend on various factors. Reopening the closed murder case typically requires new evidence or significant developments that cast doubt in the original investigation or outcome. In the case of Chris Watts, where he confessed to the murders of his pregnant wife and 2 daughters, reopening case would be unlikely, necessitate compelling evidence implicating other individuals, raising questions about completeness or the initial investigation. While public petitions and pressure can sometimes influence authorities to reconsider a case,
Mhm.
ultimately, it's up to the Weld County District Attorney's Office and relevant law enforcement agencies to make the decision to reopen the investigation. Without concrete new evidence or legal grounds, the likelihood of Watt's case being reopened remains uncertain.
Right.
So that was worth reading it all. And this is where it goes back to, for the 50 States of Madness, Zawoki, ATS News. I'm trying to see other ones I can mention. What's the other one? Watts, The Obsession. I'm sorry, guys, if I missed some of the key ones, but there's a bunch of these that go through, they're pushing to help with getting this case reopened in their
Reopened.
various ways, whether it be through
Isn't
their
that a
shows or
petition they sign
evidence.
it? They actually
Exactly.
because you can
Thank you. The
sign a
petition, stuff like
petition,
that.
and if there's enough
Criminal, is it Criminal
many
Minds?
people, they can have that. But it's all new
Exactly.
evidence
And
that
I'm
they
sorry,
have to
guys, if I
have.
missed any of the other shows. There's so many podcasts are out there in support to this. We're one of
Yes,
them.
a lot of people's
But we'll have to
following this
see.
case.
So that was all the ones that I had, Schrock. But
Oh,
I
good.
want to try to go back because
Those are
I
some
don't
good
like the
ones.
way that I didn't. Okay, let me see if I can I'm gonna have to move my microphone, guys. Sorry. I want to try to retype this in a little bit differently. Was Chris Watts the only person involved in the crime? I'll say murder against his family. Let's see what it says. No, it
He
still
says
says the
no.
same thing. All right.
Yeah, so they don't have any evidence
Huh.
anyone else did it. So it says
Because
no.
this was the only test question that I did, and I thought it came back with something different, but maybe I rewrote it. Because I only did one question to test out all the other, AI sources,
Mhm.
and I must have I typed it in later, so I must have said it differently. But whatever I did before came up with a better, thoughtful answer.
Mm.
So I was surprised by this one because the other ones I didn't test at all.
Yeah.
And anything you can think of that I can ask it. I know this is kind of like ad hocing it as we go along here. But I can type it in, Schrock, if you can think of anything. And I don't I don't mean to put
I
you on the
think we
spot.
talked about that too. Like, why did uh, um Kissinger, like her father? Remember, her father was in the courtroom with her. Like, why did he? I think you mentioned that. Like, why did he
Oh,
actually,
oh yeah, yeah,
when
yeah.
they had her go into the evidence, like to talk about? He was there, right? He was.
Yeah. Yeah, I see it saying the same thing. Yeah, so here's the thing. Oh, going back just really quickly. I know it's a side subject. I'm so sorry, guys. Bear with me. But another thing with her dad being in um the room with her. I looked it up in the court documentation. Now I'm going through all 1,960 pages. I'm just reading through random stuff. And I caught on there that he
Let me
was
talk
wrote
about.
down as maybe it's a standard procedure
Well,
when you
let's
have
write that in and see what AI
all right, I will in a
has.
second, but I need to finish this. So this thought. So basically, when I was looking through the court documentation, it says he was listed as a witness, and maybe they do that because maybe if you go into that room, you have to be written down as a witness. You need documentation. But I just thought that was weird because he's not a witness. Why would they put him as a witness? They should put him as a guest or something. But he's in there as a witness. I'm like,
A
really?
witness for who?
Whatever.
Witness for her? Witness for just to see what they asked her?
No. Oh, you're going back to a question I was talking about.
No, go ahead. Just go ahead. Just
No, you want what you want to say?
no. I just wanted you to type that in. I'm just curious to see why he was in there, to see if it says that he was here witness. Why was he in the room with?
Oh, why was Nicole Kessinger? I forgot his name. Oh, I should know it. I think it's Dwayne, but just in case. Father in the
Investigation room.
investigation. Oops. Investigation room.
With Nicole.
Let's see what it says. It's probably going to give some.
Was an investigation room.
Because he was present for her legal representation.
Okay.
It's common for individuals undergoing questioning in legal matters to have a lawyer or legal counsel present to protect their rights and provide guidance during interrogation process. In this case, father likely acted as her legal representative to ensure that her interests were safeguarded. So maybe he was in there before they actually got a lawyer.
That makes sense too. That would make sense.
Yeah,
Sometimes
it's weird. He's put down as a witness. That's weird.
Yeah, legal. Yeah, I could see that happening as well because sometimes in that interrogation room, they are so smart. They so intelligent. They get you to say things that just you don't want to say, and it's like, why would I say that? How did? But it's the way they form their questions. It's just really. So it's just basically something that makes sense, so at least they know he can be there, he can be the guardian saying, hey, can you rephrase that, or do not answer that, because she didn't have a lawyer, because usually you go in there with a lawyer too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's an interesting one, and that makes sense.
I just put in really quickly, what are the changes? Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
What am I doing? See, and I did that. Unbelievable. It's probably gonna say the same thing. Do 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 do. This doesn't really say anything. Sorry, guys. I was asking a question: what are the chances Chris Watts had help with the murder? But it really did. It didn't. It's not giving anything.
Yeah, everything is saying no. I think.
Yeah, I don't know
what.
what
You looking for something besides a no?
Because it's so funny. Because the one test question I had, which I should wrote down at the time, I didn't. Provided some interesting information. Now I can't reproduce it, and of course, now I'm going live here with this, and I could, of course, I could have had a slicker show by doing all these ahead of time, right? Oh, and by the way, the people on the I just realized, I apologize. You guys couldn't see that. I didn't switch back to the screen, so let me switch back here. So it doesn't really say much of nothing. All right. Anything else? Anything else we want to ask this?
No,
I ask.
that's good.
And you think this is good? All right. Sorry about that in the last one. I didn't switch over. You guys had to see our faces go, That's all good. All right, guys. Well, if you guys think of any cool questions, go to ask it. And if it comes back with some interesting information, we did have one really good hit that we learned some things that I haven't heard about before. That was really cool about the insurance and the drugs and all that. So well, that was worth it. Just that alone. And that's good because I didn't even next time I should just do these questions ahead of time and know the answers. But I think it's better when we're authentic.
It was good
and do it live.
because that was
you know what I'm saying?
That was good, interesting, and we all knew it at once, right?
Yeah, we learned to do it together. That was awesome. Yeah. So thank you guys. If you made this far and bared with us with all this stuff, please comment, like, share, and subscribe. It really helps us out a lot.
Yeah.
We're trying to get, going and have more followers so we can get, because the more of a community we build, the more our interactions can be much better.
Right.
And, we appreciate you guys.
Yes, we do. We appreciate you.
Until next time.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you soon.
Studio 70.